All right, let's get into this. We're going to break down the real story behind one of the most iconic and maybe one of the most misunderstood cars on the road. Seriously, you should forget everything you think you know.
Oh, you've seen them. Of course you have. That unmistakable shape just cutting through traffic. You hear that engine, and it doesn't just roar. It kind of howls. And let's be honest, we all make an immediate assumption about the person sitting behind the wheel.
These are the words that pop into your head, right? Old money, a massive ego, or the classic, a messy midlife crisis. It's just so easy to file the car away as a cliché, just another toy for someone who has something to prove. But what if that whole story, that entire stereotype, what if it's completely, totally wrong? Because for the people who really get it, it was never, ever about the car.
See, it all starts somewhere else completely. Not in a flashy showroom, but with a quiet little moment, a chance encounter that plants the seed of a real obsession. So picture this scene from our source material. You're 19 years old. You're at a gas station in the pouring rain, filling up some beat-up car. And then an old 911 pulls in. Not a shiny new one, but something with some miles on it, some history. The engine cuts out, and the silence that follows, it just feels important.
And you notice these little details. The driver gets out, but he doesn't scan the place looking for an audience. He doesn't need anyone to see him. The car isn't a prop for his ego. It's something else. And right there, that's the first clue that the whole stereotype is broken.
So that first little spark, it ignites this quiet, really intense hunger. And it's not about just wanting a car. It's about needing to understand what that feeling, what that whole thing actually represents.
And look, this isn't an impulse buy. We're talking about a 12-year journey. It starts with that moment at the gas station when you're 19. It leads to years of saving every single penny to finally buy one when you're 24. But the real aha moment, the actual understanding of what the car is for, that doesn't even hit until you're 31.
And you know, during those years of learning, this huge distinction starts to become clear. You see it at car meets. Some people talk about owning the car, what it's worth, how it looks, but the real enthusiasts, they talk about driving it. For them, it's not a possession, it's a discipline. It's like a conversation between them and the machine.
So now comes the moment of truth. After all those years of saving and learning, you finally get behind the wheel for that first real drive. This is where all the theory goes out the window and reality just smacks you in the face.
When you finally buy the car, the guy who sells it to you, a retired engineer, gives you this one piece of advice. And it's both a warning and a promise. He says, she'll tell you everything if you listen. This isn't some passive vehicle. It's an active partner that's going to give you constant, totally unfiltered feedback.
And this is how you finally learn to listen. You're on an empty road, and you push it into a corner, maybe a little too fast. The back end starts to shift, that famous pendulum effect. Your brain is just screaming, danger! But your hands, they just react. And when you get it right, the car rewards you. It's a test, a really scary one, and you just passed.
So here it is, the big secret. The car does not care about your bank account. It doesn't care about your job title. It demands your attention, your nerve, and your skill. It doesn't flatter you. It challenges you to be better. And once you get that, you find yourself in this unexpected community. It's not the exclusive, snobby club you might imagine. It's something completely different.
You're at a track day, and a fellow driver named Declan just sums up the entire philosophy perfectly. He'd actually sold a Ferrari to buy his 911, and this was his reason. One car is a sculpture that just wants to be admired, the other is a tool that is begging to be used.
And this difference is really at the heart of the community. You realize there are two types of people who buy a 911. There's the driver, who seeks the challenge, who values the skill it takes to master this thing. And then there's the owner, who just wants the badge. They use the car as a prop, and they never learn what it's really for.
But of course, being a driver, yeah, that comes with a cost. A big one. One that goes way beyond the initial price tag, and it's something outsiders just never seem to get. A single preventative repair, like for the infamous IMS bearing, can set you back over 1,000 pounds. A set of rear tires might only last you 8,000 miles. I mean, these are serious, recurring costs that will absolutely change your entire financial landscape.
But here's the mental shift. You choose this. While other people are spending money on passive things that just disappear, every pound you spend on this car is accounted for. It's the price you pay for those moments of pure focus, of feeling completely, totally alive. You're not just maintaining a car, you're maintaining a part of yourself.
And this brings us to the final, really profound realization. After all the years of driving and learning and paying the bills, you finally understand the ultimate truth of this whole journey.
The car didn't change you. It just held up a mirror and revealed who you were all along. It showed you that you value engagement more than comfort, that you value skill more than image. It proved that you were always trying to become this version of yourself.
So what drives these owners? What's the real motivation? It's the hunt for a single state of being, present. It's about finding those rare, precious moments where the past and the future just fall away, and you are simply, undeniably, here, in this exact second. Because in those moments of total commitment, when you're pushing the car to its absolute limit on a difficult road, there is no mental space for anxiety or regret or all the noise of daily life. There is only the task at hand.
In the end, the car just strips everything away. It leaves you with nothing but the raw, honest truth of your own ability, your own focus, your own nerve. And the question it asks you again and again is this: is that person enough?